A shell is fired from a cannon with velocity v meter per second at an angle theta with a horizontal direction. At the highest point in its path, it explodes into two pieces of equal mass. One of the pieces retraces its path to the cannon, and the speed in meter per second of the other piece immediately after the explosion is option A 3v cos theta, option B 2v cos theta, option C 3 by 2v cos theta, option D root 3 by 2 into v cos theta. Solution: shell is fired with velocity v at an angle theta with a horizontal. So, its velocity at the highest point is equal to horizontal component of velocity v cos theta, because when a particle is traveling along a parabolic path, vertical component is gradually decreases, and at the highest point v sin theta vertical component becomes 0. So, momentum of shell before explosion at the maximum height mv cos theta before explosion. Observe the diagram here. O is the point of projection, theta angle with the horizontal, v initial velocity. When a particle is projected or shell is fired from a cannon at its maximum height, initial momentum is equal to mv cos theta. When shell breaks into two equal pieces and one piece retraces its path to the cannon, then other part moves with a velocity v. This v we should estimate now. Observe here, at the highest point, if shell breaks into two equal pieces, here half m by 2 v cos theta, one half is moving back to the cannon, and m by 2v, second part is moving in the same direction with velocity v. So, momentum of two pieces after explosion is equal to m by 2 into minus v cos theta. This is the momentum of the first half, the reverse direction, plus m by 2v is the momentum of the second particle in the same direction. By the law of conservation of linear momentum, we know that total linear momentum before collision is equal to total linear momentum after collision. Therefore, mv cos theta is equal to minus m by 2 v cos theta plus m by 2v, or v is equal to 3v cos theta. This v is the velocity after explosion for second particle. A vessel at rest explodes into three pieces. Two pieces having equal masses fly off perpendicular to one another with the same velocity 30 meter per second. The third piece has 3 times mass of each of the other piece. The magnitude and direction of the velocity of the third piece will be option A 10 root 2 meter per second and 135 degrees from either, option B 10 root 2 meter per second and 45 degrees from either, option C 10 by root 2 meter per second and 135 degrees from either, option D 10 by root 2 meter per second and 45 degrees from either. Solution: let two pieces are having equal mass m and third piece have a mass of 3m. Let us observe the diagram here. When a vessel explodes into three pieces, out of which let us assume first piece of mass m is moving along the x direction with 30 meters per second, and second piece of same mass m and same velocity 30 meters per second is moving along y direction, because these 1 and 2 pieces are at 90 degrees, they are moving perpendicular to each other. So these two are perpendicular to each other, so that according to law of conservation of linear momentum, since the initial momentum of the system was 0. Therefore, final momentum of the system must be 0. That is, the resultant of momentum of two pieces must be equal to the momentum of third piece. We know that if two particle possesses same momentum and angle between them is 90 degrees, then resultant will be given by P root 2, that is equal to mv into root 2, that is equal to mv is given in the question 30 meters per second, so that m into 30 into root 2. This is the effective momentum or resultant momentum of the two particles moving perpendicular to each other. The two particles have same mass, moving with the same velocity, mutually perpendicular to each other. Let the velocity of mass third piece, that is mass of third piece is 3m, that is given in the question. Let us assume that its velocity is v, so that 3mv is equal to 30m root 2. The momentum of the third piece is equal to resultant momentum of the first two pieces. Both sides m cancel, 3 1 ja, 3 10 ja, so therefore v is equal to 10 root 2 and angle 135 degrees from either, because we know that resultant of two equal vectors always bisecting the angle between them. Here first particle momentum, second particle momentum are equal, these two are vectors, so they are acting at 90 degrees, so that resultant is acting by making an angle 45 degrees with both x-axis as well as y-axis. So for this 45 degrees line, opposite line is this is, that is 90 plus 45 from x-axis, 90 plus 45 from y-axis, so that the third particle is moving with velocity v, that is equal to 10 root 2 meters per second in a direction making an angle 135 degrees with either first particle or with the second particle. Two particles of masses m1 and m2 in projectile motion have velocities v1 bar and v2 bar respectively at time t is equal to 0. They collide at time t0. Their velocities become v1 dash bar and v2 dash bar at time 2t0 while still moving in air. The value of modulus of m1 v1 dash bar plus m2 v2 dash bar minus m1 v1 bar plus m2 v2 bar is option A 0, option B m1 plus m2 into gt0, option C 2 into m1 plus m2 into gt0, option D 1 by 2 into m1 plus m2 into gt0. Solution: the momentum of the two particle system at t is equal to 0 is pi bar, that indicates total initial momentum of the two particle system, is equal to m1 v1 bar plus m2 v2 bar. A constant external force m1 plus m2 into g acts on the system. While the particles are moving in air after collision, they experiences a gravitational force. Gravitational force on the first particle is m1g plus gravitational force on the second particle is m2g. Therefore, total force acting on the system is m1 plus m2 into g. The impulse given by this force in time t is equal to 0 to t is equal to 2t0 is m1 plus m2 into g into 2t0. According to the definition, impulse can be written as force into time. This impulse can also be written as change in momentum. Impulse can also be written as change in momentum. Therefore, modulus of m1 v1 dash bar plus m2 v2 dash bar minus m1 v1 bar plus m2 v2 bar is equal to 2 into m1 plus m2 into g into t0. That is option C is the correct option. A body of mass m moving with velocity v collides head-on with another body of mass 2m, which is initially at rest. The ratio of kinetic energy of colliding body before and after collision will be option A 1:1, option B 2:1, option C 4:1, option D 9:1. See the solution. Kinetic energy of colliding body before collision is equal to half mv square. After collision, its velocity becomes v dash is equal to m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 into v, that is equal to difference of masses. One mass is m, another mass is 2m. So therefore, difference of mass is m and addition of masses is 3m. mm cancel into v, that is equal to v by 3. Therefore, kinetic energy after collision of colliding particle is half m v dash square, that is equal to half m v square by 9. Therefore, ratio of kinetic energy is equal to kinetic energy of the colliding particle before collision divided by kinetic energy of the colliding particle after collision is equal to half mv square by half mv square by 9, that is equal to 9:1. So option D is the right option. A set of n identical cubical blocks lies at rest parallel to each other along a line on a smooth horizontal surface. The separation between the near surfaces of any two adjacent blocks is capital L. The block at one end is given a speed v towards the next one at time t is equal to 0. All collisions are completely inelastic. Then option A. The last block starts moving at t is equal to n minus 1 into L by v. Option B. The last block starts moving at t is equal to n into n minus 1 into capital L by 2v. Option C. The center of mass of the system will have a final speed v. Option D. The center of mass of the system will have a final speed v by n. Then solution. Since collision is perfectly inelastic, so all the blocks will stick together one by one and move in a form of combined mass. Observe the diagram here. Let us assume that here 4 blocks, actually in the given n blocks. The first block travels with a velocity v and collides with the second particle. As this collision is inelastic, first particle and second particle stick together and move with common velocity, again collides with the third particle. So first particle, second particle, third particle stick together and move together and collides with the fourth particle, and so on. Time required to cover a distance capital L by the first block is equal to distance by velocity, that is L divided by v. Now first and second block will stick together and move with v by 2 velocity. By applying conservation of momentum and combined system will take time L divided by v by 2, that is equal to 2L by v to reach up to the block third. Now these 3 blocks will move with velocity v by 3 and combined system will take time L by v by 3, or that is equal to 3L by v to reach up to the block fourth. So total time is equal to L by v plus 2L by v plus 3L by v plus and so on n minus 1 into L by v, that is equal to n into n minus 1 into L divided by 2v. And velocity of combined system having n blocks as v divided by n,